just awesome ecosystem where artists get to be artists and women and people who want to feel like the most confident version of themselves can come and be that without being pressured to buy or like they have to fit this unrealistic perception of what beauty is.
I think when a woman sees another woman doing something great, doing something big, it almost gives her the permission, or it gives her the courage to be like, you know what, if she can, then so can I.
You are one of one and intentionally and perfectly made, and that's why we're here to celebrate that.
Welcome back to the Mapuana Reed Show. Today we have a very special guest, Alexandra Bradbury, the owner of Sparkle Bar here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yay.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super honored to be here. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy you are here. We're going to go, I want to take you on this journey of her story. Maybe we'll go back down to childhood all the way to where she is now. There's a thing that I call the job journey on becoming, and she's going to take us on her journey on becoming.
I love that. Yes, well, thank you for having me. It's been definitely a journey.
Yeah.
Building this business.
Yeah. It's so amazing just to watch you and all the things that you do and all the places that you go. But I want to go all the way back to who you were as a child. So take me back to childhood days, all the way into what you're doing now and how all that became, how it all developed. And
Okay.
yeah, you became who you are today.
So when I think back to my childhood and how I grew up and, even how it's helped me evolve and become who I am. I'm an only child. I grew up in Orange County, California. My mom is from El Salvador. My dad is from New York. So I have this like beautiful blend of like first generation energy and also, like the history of having established roots in this country. I had the great fortune of being, born to an entrepreneur. So my dad is really the person who had the business building, acumen and introduced me to that. And I just feel like really grateful for the childhood that I have I'm sorry, because, I'm still friends with some of my closest friends. And a lot of those relationships were introduced to me through awesome organizations like Girl Scouts. And so even as I reflect on who I am today and the things that, I have my own children in, a lot of that is based on my own upbringing. Orange County, for those who might not be familiar, is in Southern California. It's a wonderful place to grow up, very affluent, but there's not a whole lot of diversity. And so as a woman of color growing up in a place like Orange County, it exposed me to a lot of awesome opportunities and, just things that were very normal that, maybe some others might not see that way, which I think has been also opened a lot of doors, or I've been less afraid to do things in certain instances. But all those experiences, from the environments that I was in and watching my dad build his business helped me really normalize what could be when you decide that you want to turn an idea into a thing. Whether it was, how to sell Girl Scout cookies at the grocery store to starting a business. So when it came to the Sparkle Bar, my desire for entrepreneurship, or at least to follow a passion or dream, was really solidified when my daughter was born. That was in 2010. I'm a mom of two girls, and I didn't know at the time that the Sparkle Bar would be it, but I knew that for me, I couldn't tell my daughter to, at some point, pursue her dreams if I wasn't willing to do the same. So it was, 2010 that really I had an aha moment. And it was probably when I became a mom. Yeah. So when my second daughter was born was actually when the idea for the Sparkle Bar came to be. And it was during that maternity leave that I started to lay the foundation for what that would look like. Even the idea. I'm somebody who is I would call it now intuitive, or just listening to my inner voice. At the time, it was just well, if this happens, then I'll do that. So I thought of a name and I was like, if this is available on GoDaddy, that'll be a sign.
Yeah.
And it was. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay,
I'm just going to go with this. Sparklebar.com. It's available.
Yeah. So that literally, and that's how it's been ever since. One domain turned into a social page, which turned into posting every single day and making that commitment to, you know, figuring out what would be required to open a physical location, you know, unexpected obstacles that come along with entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
like in my case, we had to pass a law here in Arizona which exempted makeup artists from needing a cosmetology license. So, in this
Wow.
journey, it might look a lot of different ways, but you will face unexpected obstacles, and that just so happened to be one of ours.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been this really cool journey that has been very unexpected in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
We created this business to overserve an underserved audience
Mm-hmm.
through, celebrating the diversity and beauty. I've always loved pretty things and luxury environments, so being able to curate a space and an experience where anyone can come and be invited to feel like the most confident and amazing
Yeah.
version of themselves is like such a dream. What I didn't expect is that I would get to meet like really cool, awesome, phenomenal women who are doing really amazing things, and like I just get to be in their energy all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a very high vibe environment because oftentimes we're getting to celebrate or partake in special moments like
Yeah.
a podcast launch, or you've written a book so now you're shooting the cover for it, or you've been invited to go on TV to give remarks about something. So
Yeah.
it's just awesome, and I'm very grateful for what we get to do, not only for the clients we serve but also the team
Yeah.
that works in studio. I'm really grateful that we get to create this, just awesome ecosystem where
Yeah.
artists get to be artists, and women and people who want to feel like the most confident version of themselves can come and be that without being pressured to buy, or like they have
Mm-hmm.
to fit this unrealistic perception of what beauty is. Because
Mm-hmm.
what we believe is that what makes you special and what makes you unique is that you are created one of one.
Yes. Yes. One of
In a
one.
nutshell, in a
Yes.
story.
Yes. Okay. So let's go back. So tell me the age difference of your daughter. So you had one daughter, you started the business, and then you were ready to give birth to your second daughter. Is that what happened?
So it was during my maternity leave where like the Sparkle
Oh,
Bar was
okay.
born. So
Okay.
during that
So
time,
it's like you had two babies.
I did. I
Yes.
have photos of my girls too at the studio before, we did construction. And so like it literally is like my third child to some
Yes.
degree. Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh. And
Hmm.
how was that for you? Like having the young daughters and starting the business, did you feel overwhelmed? Was it like some days you're just like, "Oh my gosh, how am I doing all these things?" Or was it just like, "I'm just going to go?"
I feel like you just do it. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
don't know any
Yeah.
different. So
Yeah.
I don't have a baseline for what hard is or isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely understood having like what time meant. I thought I was busy before I had kids, and then I had kids, and I was like, oh, this is what
Yeah.
not having time looks like.
Yeah.
So, but you adapt and you
You
evolve.
do.
And
Yeah.
so, and I was really excited about what we were doing here. So I think that's a very important takeaway for entrepreneurs or anyone who's building something,
Yeah.
that like you have to be passionate about it, because there's going to be so much throughout the journey that is not always pleasant, that you
Yeah.
have to really understand your
Yeah.
why to
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah. Tell me your why. Why Sparkle Bar? Why a makeup bar? Because I always believe there's always a deeper meaning behind all businesses.
Hmm.
Did
Hmm.
you feel like it was a need for something that you needed, or?
I feel absolutely. Um,
Yeah.
when I now looking back, it was definitely to make sure that nobody ever had an experience like I had where you felt like othered in a way,
Oh.
or like you were hard to do, or that like
Mm.
that it was like having to overthink things unnecessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I think that subconsciously, as a woman of color, I've learned that that's like a thing, and so I don't like that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I left home that I probably started to connect some dots, because everything is normal until you see kind of otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that I wanted to just create more spaces that had the same vibe of where, it felt luxurious, but also that there was this like understanding that like what's beautiful is like all of this
Mm-hmm.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that we get to curate brands and create awesome experiences around makeup where everyone can
Mm-hmm.
come and
Mm-hmm.
feel very seen and welcome, knowing that we have something for every skin tone,
Mm-hmm.
type, texture,
Mm-hmm.
age, ethnicity. Um,
100%.
it's very inclusive and welcoming, and we've been about that for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So It's always been, who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think about my why, it's to like create environments where people feel like they're able to partake in the party and feel welcome. Like
Yes.
I just want people to feel included.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I remember I remember I was in Washington State, and I
Hmm.
had gone to a hair salon just to get like a trim and a blowout and stuff. And because my hair is thicker, she washed it and she was like, "Okay, you're good to go." Like she washed it, cut it, and I was like, "Well, do I not get a blow dry?" And she's like, "Well, you have a lot of hair." And I just remember almost feeling like, is that not good? Like I grew up in Hawaii. Everybody has a lot of hair. So like I was there, and then she was like, it's just gonna take a long time. And I was like, but did I not pay for that? Then I thought like, oh, I didn't know my hair was like a problem. Like I
Hmm.
didn't know. And I don't even think my hair is that bad, but I was just like, what? Like I think that's the first time I almost felt like kind of like I'm being an inconvenience, even though I'm paying.
Right. And your
And it
hair
was,
grows out the same way. So like hair is hair,
and am
just
I
like
not
skin
at
is
a hair
skin.
salon?
Right.
Like what? Like where am I supposed to go to? Did I not pay? Like yeah. So I totally get it. Like you want everyone to feel like I got you.
Right.
You know?
And that's a level of like aptitude. Everyone should be able to know how to
Yes.
do all hair types because that's what you
Yes.
learn, right?
Yeah.
And so similarly, your or whomever's lack of exposure or desire to learn other skin tones or how to do them is
Yeah.
not my art. It's not an excuse. And so for
Exactly.
us, it's very important
Yeah.
that everyone in our team is able to do everyone.
Yes. Yeah. And making them just feel safe,
Hmm.
feel at home, feel welcomed,
Right.
and
Right.
feel their most beautiful they've ever felt when they walk out that door.
Right. It's even like the subtle things. Like
Yeah.
sometimes people default to contouring. We don't do that because
Yeah.
your nose is fine how it unless you ask for it and then
Yeah.
what you want is what you want. But we're not going to default to contour or alter the shape through shadow and light because
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
face is one of one and it's yours and that is so beautiful. And so our underlying message too is like, it's true. The sparkle in us recognizes the sparkle in you. You are
Mm.
one of one and intentionally and perfectly made. And that's why we're here to celebrate that.
I freaking love that. Yeah, you are one of one.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's nobody else like you.
Like that's your
Yeah.
whole secret. That's like your secret power, your secret
Oh
sauce.
yeah, totally.
Hmm.
Totally. Oh
Hmm.
my gosh. And so you guys have one location here.
We have one physical location, but people can experience us a lot of different ways. So sometimes we will travel to different locations because we
Mm-hmm.
have partnerships in place that allow us to be in different markets. So you'll find us in Miami, Las Vegas, New
Yes,
York,
girl.
Nashville, Los Angeles, and actually eventually globally because we want everyone to be able to do all skin tone type textures ages ethnicities have a similar experience wherever you are,
Yeah.
and we want to make that accessible for both artists and clients, so
Yeah.
look out for that.
Yes, yes. Because I don't think there's anything like it. I mean, there's the dry bar for hair that you see everywhere, but unless if you go to like a makeup counter that sells makeup, there's no place that I know of that you just go just to get like, hair and makeup done.
Right, well, and ours is just makeup, but it's true, there's most people want you to purchase the product
Yes, yeah.
in exchange for the service,
Yeah.
and or it's all coming from one line, which oftentimes isn't it's not one size fits
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so because we are not aligned with a specific brand,
Yeah.
we get to introduce you very authentically
Hmm.
to all the different colors based on what's best for you, not because it's something we're trying to sell you. And that's
Hmm.
what people really appreciate. It's
Hmm.
the service,
Yeah.
and the experience. And you're welcome to go buy that wherever, and we will point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
But it's not something that's required to have a great application. And people
Yeah.
really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me all the fabulous things that you are doing because I swear, girl, I follow you on social media. I'm like, where is she now? Like, you're at amazing places. You are doing amazing things. You're like in DC one day, you're in Vegas. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where Alex is today.
Well, thank you. It's been a really exciting journey.
Yes.
I had a personal experience last year that really reminded me how precious life is. And so this year, 2024, it was very important for me to be intentional about how I was spending my time, but also be aware that, like, if the doors are opening in my favor or on my behalf and things are aligning in such a way that I'm feeling inclined to do that, then I'm doing it. So I've definitely left a lot of space in my calendar for really cool moments to, yes, accept invitations to
Yeah.
attend a reception at the home of the Vice President of the United States, which is like so wild to say that that's
That
an
is
experience I've
amazing.
had. Yeah. And
Yes.
even like dream partnerships with, brands like the WNBA and Together,
Yes.
and to see things that once upon a time were just on a vision board like actually come to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm over here just in Hawaii at home cheering you on. I'm like, yes, girl, yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that because sometimes it's like, you can feel weird sharing some of the things, but I also know that it's like important. And it encourages me. So thank you, because
Yeah.
I know that there are other people who are like right alongside me,
Yeah.
and we are here in this together. And,
Yeah.
sometimes these bold moves or actions are the wind beneath our wings that we all need to just like keep going. So
Totally.
I do the same for my friends, and I geek out when I see them doing awesome things because I
Yeah.
feel like I am in great company.
Yeah, I think when a woman sees another woman doing something great, doing something big, it almost gives her the permission or it gives her the courage to be like, you know what, if she can, then so can I.
100%.
Yeah,
I had a lot of examples who showed me what was possible,
yeah.
and it was very important because it was attainable in that way. And
Hmm.
so I have to reference that when I feel like I'm being silly or that it's like just showy, because it's not. I had a lot of people who reminded me that, one, when I was dealing with challenging times, it was going to be okay. And
Hmm.
two, what's possible when you stay committed and consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also so important for you to show your daughters what is possible for them and that this is normal, very normal. This is a very normal life for you. So you're the role model for them. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if they think I'm crazy or like it's just they're normal.
Right?
I mean, I
Yeah.
do a lot of things that I'm sure, I mean, it's very normal to me, but I hope that they are able to take the things
Yeah.
that have been beneficial and apply them, even the opportunities that, the ugly moments where you're having to like in the moment bounce back. Like my kids have seen all of that and what it looks like to like experience a challenging situation, and how you can overcome that, and what your bounce back game truly does have to look like so that you can
Hmm.
continue doing the thing that you are so passionate about. So
Hmm.
I am grateful that
Yeah.
they're getting this lesson, right
Yeah.
now. And I hope that it encourages or inspires or reminds them that they can do whatever they put their mind to.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Are they into makeup? Are they into?
So they like to play. I mean, one of my girls is like not wanting to admit it, but every time I come home, like my stuff is tampered with, and I don't love that.
You're like, that's not how I left it. I
I
know
was
that's
like,
not how I
who's
left
doing it?
it.
They're into it. They definitely, one of my girls has that business. I can tell she likes to
Oh
like create
yeah.
little businesses out of everything or try to sell something. So I try to encourage that. I give them opportunities to make bracelets, try to build a website, like do something or whatever. So, and my little one who is into makeup, she's very artistic in general. So, what I've learned or what I'm learning about being a mom and kids is like they are who they are. They are the seed. I'm just supposed to water them,
Yes. Yes.
And
And
so
however they grow, they grow. Yeah,
I'm
you're
like
just here to guide.
I'm like, you are like same parents, but two very different people.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
been fun. I'm an only child, so it's interesting having two kids, but it's been fun to like get to relive a lot of those life experiences through their
Yeah.
eyes.
Uh, did you have, so when you opened up Sparkle Bar, did you have an experience where you didn't feel like maybe you went to get your hair done or your makeup done and then they weren't equipped to help you or
I've had lots of experiences like
really?
that. I've had
Okay.
lots of experiences like that. I mean, even as I think back when I was a kid, when girls are like braiding each other's hair, even like those kinds of things, as I
Hmm.
think back, it's like my hair was always a different texture. I was always like, and so I never felt that way in the moment, but I've always probably been a very aware
Hmm.
kid. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Even to the point of, where I travel and where I feel safe and, what that looks like for me and my family. So there's
Hmm.
lots of ways that that has looked in the past. And of course, have I had a bad makeup experience? Absolutely.
Hmm.
One that left me speechless. I was like, oh, this is what it means when like you have no words. And it was like so long. I'm like, all this for this. So, all of those
Yeah.
experiences led me to this. And, um, I'm excited for how it continues to evolve and the
Mm-hmm.
opportunities that continue to present themselves as a result of what we get to do.
Yeah.
It's just been very exciting.
Yeah. What is Sparkle Bar's next goal or big goal?
So we have some exciting, opportunities ahead of us. I mentioned the fact that we're going to be, we continue to expand into other markets,
Okay.
but part of that is also the educational component. So one of the questions we get asked a lot when people come to experience us in person or maybe at an event in, one of those states where we're at often is where else can I find you? And we want to be able to meet that demand and give makeup artists an opportunity to also learn how to do what we do the way that we do it.
Mm-hmm.
And also be able to refer clients to these awesome artists who've been
Yeah.
trained by us as well. So, very soon, we will be launching our certification program, which will allow artists to join our team. And that means that they won't necessarily have to be based in Arizona, but can be anywhere. First will be, the US, but global is really the goal. And then, how people will continue to experience us, of course, online, and the different activations, but you will see us in unique places very soon. Think like airports and
Oh, yes.
hotels, and because we want people to be able to experience the Sparkle Bar in a unique way as well.
Yeah.
So, a little teaser.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. Imagine airports. Imagine you land and you need to go to a big event and you land, you get your makeup done, and then you're ready to go to your event.
Or even like you're taking off and you have
Yes.
like you forgot something, or your skin conditions that you have, or maybe
Yeah.
you're coming from a beautiful place like Hawaii where there's a bit more moisture in the air and you're coming
Mm.
to Arizona and all of a sudden now it's very dry. Well, wouldn't it be nice to have the very curated set of items that are, uniquely tailored to where you're at?
Yeah.
And yes, maybe even the artist who can help you feel like the most amazing version of yourself when you get there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
totally. Yeah. Normally people just get their makeup done for like, I know in Hawaii it's like I get my makeup done for a wedding
Hmm.
or something like that. But with this, you could do, you're going out for the night with your girlfriends or you launching a podcast or you're going to be on the cover of a book or
Right.
going on a date.
I think it's one of those things where once you feel and see the difference or the power of what it means to like feel like the most amazing version of yourself,
Yeah,
those are priceless moments,
totally.
So whether it's a job interview or your
Mm-hmm.
graduation, family photos, a first date,
Yes.
your LinkedIn headshots, whenever you want to feel like the most amazing version of yourself, like you should,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Why not?
totally. Yeah.
So, but it's not just applications. People also come for lessons, which is something we can also do virtually. It's very empowering to know that you can quickly get yourself together. I mean,
Yeah.
I can use myself as a great example. I was coming from drop off this morning, and because I know the quick things to and where to place product on my face, I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to put myself together quickly and feel confident, which it makes a huge difference,
Yeah.
you know?
Or imagine a teenage girl learning to put makeup on.
Yes.
And she just wants the basics. Like, I just want to go to school. I want to look cute. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to look too much. But then
Mm-hmm.
her mom is like doing makeup like back in the
Mm-hmm.
80s. And it's like,
Or
what
mom
do
like
I do?
never learned how to do makeup. Like her
Exactly.
first introduction was Mary Kay, or was never a makeup girl.
Yeah.
Or, even the girls who don't have a female figure to look up to.
Yeah.
We have a lot of dads or, grandparents who bring in people as well.
Yeah.
So it's just fun to be that like cool auntie who gets
Yes.
to be the introduction. And so I know I tell my girls, I'm like, listen, your friends think I'm cool. It's fine.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Relax. But yeah, it's very special.
Yeah, yeah. And then to see a woman or a girl, a teenage girl, like get themselves all done up, and then when they walk out that door, I'm sure you must just be like, yes, you go, girl. Like, just so proud to be like, you had a part of that, making her feel beautiful.
It's empowering too, and it's a visible
Yeah,
transformation. You can see when somebody walks in one way and then they walk out another after like the confidence
totally.
when you feel pretty. And you can be pretty and powerful. The two are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah,
So,
PNP.
yes, right. Our girls.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's very cool to see that happen, and give people permission to like do it. Like wear the lipstick,
Do
put
it.
mascara on.
Yeah.
Like you do you. Like
And
who
do it for
cares?
you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Okay. Any questions from the audience? We have one.
Hello.
I'm Stephanie. I love you, girly, and I was so excited to meet you at Expanders this year. My question is, I know that you created Sparkle Bar to really make every woman, every person that walks in feel included. What is one really memorable transformation? It could be a testimonial, it could be something someone said to you when they walked out the door that really stuck with you, and reminded you, okay, that's why I started this.
Hmm. That's a great question. And there are probably a couple. So I have to say a couple because they're all different and for different reasons. Of course, one of my favorites, honestly, is the woman who came before a job interview and it's on a Yelp review, wrote and let us know that she felt so great after she left the studio that she got the job of her dreams.
Oh,
And, that kind of stuff, it's like, that's so cool, and
yeah.
I know jobs change people's lives, they change a family's life. And if we were able to play some part in that because someone like felt like it makes a difference, makeup is not vain. And then there are some women who come up to me on like the business owner, entrepreneur side. I had a couple yesterday and who tell me how proud they are of me or how encouraged they are by me or how and that's like very humbling and I only share that because I feel it sometimes it feels a little weird, but I know what they mean. It's like I see you and you can't be what you can't see, and so to see somebody who's like doing it is like it's inspiring and encouraging. I have examples like that as well. And so to serve in that way is very special. And I'm super honored that people would look at this business that we've built and think of it in that way. So
Mhm.
just a couple to name a few proud moments.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It is special.
I'm sure you've had people, even people like maybe people who have lost their hair and their brows and just want to feel beautiful.
Oh, I mean, honestly, I haven't publicly shared, about my own health journey over the last year. And part of that was because I wasn't sure, like I'm somebody who like processes things like internally and I need to like I wasn't, scared, but I also like didn't want people to I wasn't looking for pity or anything like
Hmm.
that. I'm somebody who's like just very pragmatic about situations and, I was going to privately deal with things. Um since my experience, I've learned there's a lot of people who are like dealing with a lot of hard things.
Hmm.
And part of what I learned through that is that you never know what someone is going through unless they are willing to share that with you. And somebody can look totally fine and healthy on the outside and have like just their body is wreaking havoc internally.
Hmm.
And that was what was happening to me. A lot of people don't know this, but I was diagnosed with stage 3 lung cancer in July of 2023, which totally like rocked my world. And thankfully, everything is great. Everything's okay now. Modern medicine and a lot of just mental fortitude and prayer and meditation. Um, I'm in remission and things are totally great, but it definitely reminded me that there are people who are dealing with things. And makeup, I got myself all the way together when I would go to my radiation appointment or my chemo. And I would, put my blush on and still dress cute because it made me feel like not sick. And granted, I didn't lose my hair. And so I didn't have like some of the physical effects that some others might during experiences like a cancer. But I know that it makes a huge difference to feel somewhat put together,
Hmm.
and how even if you don't look all the way like yourself in the mirror, that there are still some things that you can do to help you feel like who you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's adding a little color back in your face with blush or applying some false lashes because you just want to,
Hmm.
or knowing how to put your brows on because they've thinned out, which was the case for me. So
Hmm.
it's so much more than makeup, truly.
Hmm.
There's this it's just about how you feel, and so much of what you do and how you take on the world and the day comes from that feeling. So yeah, it's definitely got a lot more meaning
Hmm.
now when I think about makeup and what it's done for me personally and the clients that we get to serve who are going through it physically.
Hmm. I think what you guys do is you guys let a woman feel seen, feel safe, feel beautiful, but also know like you're still in there. Like even though you might have lost your hair and your brows and your lashes, but I see you
Mm-hmm.
and you're still in there,
Yep.
you know?
And you can still do the things, keep doing the things. I
Yes.
think part of what helped me a lot too was continuing to get excited and say yes to the commitments and to, you know, go to the events and put the outfit on
Mm-hmm.
because, all any of us has is right now. So
Yeah.
every moment is a gift and to embrace that.
Yeah. That is so
Hmm.
beautiful.
I think it was
Thank
Eckhart Tolle, so somebody shared that with me.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
super grateful because, like I said, those examples around me, which is why I'm willing to share even my experience.
Yeah.
Life's for a lot of people, and people's struggles will look different. So, in that regard, I can empathize, but it's just nice to be able to offer a place where people can come back and feel like themselves. And if that's a little lipstick or a new outfit or a cute
Totally.
person, do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're in there. You're always there, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
spending this time with me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for being my first guest in Phoenix.
Yay! I'm so honored. Thank you for having me. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hmm.
So if people want to follow you, where should they go?
So if you want to see all the fun things that Team TSB is doing, you can follow us at the Sparkle SPARKLE bar BAR. And me personally, I'm at Alex Bradbury.
Love. Yes, follow her and all her beautiful travel plans and all the wonderful things that she's
It's
doing.
gonna be fun.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching the show. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're in Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and follow. And I also have a new Instagram page. It's the Mapuana Reed Show. So see you on the next episode.